Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Latrell, and I'm surprised I had a lot of people, well, I shouldn't be surprised, but a lot of folks been asking me in my unboxing of this TV to do a review on it. And specifically, I had comments asking me to do a review before Black Friday, so here he is now. So today I got the Samsung QN95B, the 55-inch Neo QLED TV, so it's that new mini LED TV technology. It cost me $2,500 bucks. This thing ain't cheap, but we up in my room. Let's go and check this thing out. Hopefully the fire department ain't gonna be too loud, because usually they is when I'm up here. But yeah, anyway, y'all know what you gotta do. Let's get into it. Alright, so yeah, QN95B. I should say real quick though that I got the windows open right now. I got the shades open, so this should be like a real life test scenario of the actual anti-glare on the TV. So the shade kind of go from here to the wall. So if you don't see it on the TV, then obviously that's good. You can see here from the side, but you can't really tell that much when you're actually watching TV. But yeah, I got this thing at Samsung.com. Retail is about $2,500 bucks, but I got it at a discount. I don't remember how much of a discount, but it was a pretty steep discount, and Black Friday is coming up, so it's gonna be even steeper. So don't just look at Samsung.com. You can look at Best Buy and other stuff like that. Obviously, you know it's gonna be busy on Black Friday, but they should have some cheap TVs. See, fire department in the distance. What'd I say? Exactly. So at the time of recording this right now, you can buy a 2022 Neo QLED 4K QN95B for $1,800 bucks with the Black Friday deals. Samsung puts stuff on sale all the time, but this is gonna be pretty steep right here, so don't miss that. Anyway, the TV. Let's go and talk about the TV. So yeah, if you know me, you probably know that I rock with a whole bunch of Samsung stuff. Like right now, I usually have my Galaxy Watch on, but right now I got the original Samsung Galaxy Gear with the camera on the watch band. But I got the Galaxy Watch, I got the Fold 4. I'm recording on the S10 5G right now. Like I got everything Samsung. So yeah, let me make this clear real quick. I'm coming from a 43-inch Vizio TV. So this is a huge upgrade for me no matter really what. It don't matter if it was a Samsung, LG, whatever. It don't matter if it was cheap. Either way, a 1080p 43-inch Vizio that I got from Sears how many years ago, that's a huge upgrade. But I got my thoughts about it, so let's go and talk about it. So this is actually gonna be the smallest Neo QLED 4K TV you could buy right now from Samsung, the 55-inch, and it's perfect for my room with the size it is, so that's why I got this size. I don't know why companies think the bigger TVs are better, because I can't really make my room bigger unless I get a new house. But yeah, besides that, let's go and talk about the obvious thing about the TV, which is the screen quality. So right out the box, I gotta say the screen out here is way too oversaturated. You gotta go ahead and dial down the settings out here. So what I did was I went over here to the settings. Let me go over here real quick. I went to the settings, I went over the picture, I went to expert settings, and I went ahead and adjusted it so it's actually accurate. I did the smart calibration. I like my saturated picture, but this is just way too oversaturated. I didn't really like how it looked with the dynamics, so I turned that off. Besides that, actually calibrated, the TV looks dope, man. I gotta say, it's a $2,500 TV, so it better. But at the same time, the picture quality is real bright and vivid and everything about it. I just love this TV. But about the Neo QLED itself, it's gonna be using an LCD screen, but it's not gonna be the same thing as a regular LCD screen. It's gonna be closer to AMOLED, but it's not as good as AMOLED. So it's gonna be a lot of small LCD boxes, basically. The TV's gonna choose which LCDs should be lit up and which ones shouldn't, and there's an option for that. It's called local dimming right here. So by default, it's gonna be on low, which is gonna look like you just wasted a whole bunch of money on your TV, but you gotta go and switch this thing to high and it's gonna look way better. Now it's gonna look more obvious when you have like a white dot in the screen, for example, and you can see like the white around it, but still it's gonna look way better than having it on low. When you put this thing on low, it's gonna look like a regular LCD screen, which I ain't really with that. I wanna see the new tech that I bought. And of course, now I'm getting a call. Cool. Anyway, the picture quality actually calibrated. I gotta say, I'm not like a professional TV expert or anything like that, but I gotta say it looks accurate to me. And this compared to the over $1,000 LG in my living room, I gotta get the model for that, but that just looks better to me in my opinion than the LG. I always like the Samsung picture quality over the LGs, but that's just me. You can see the bezels are mad thin on this thing, but the only thing I gotta say about the screen is that it's hard to clean, all right? So if you wanna clean this thing, you gotta take some like dedication to this. Dust and everything's easy to clean, but to get spots over here is gonna take a little bit of work. Next is the sound quality. I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself. That sounds pretty good in my opinion. That's just me. For built-in TV speakers, that's dope. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this TV at first, which has about 6 individual tweeters back there, I was expecting more bass, which it don't really get that much of. But at the same time, you gotta think about how thin the TV is, and it gets real loud, so you can't leave that out the picture. The design and everything is decent. And this is actually matte. This is the first phone that I actually like that's matte. Usually I would like a glossy phone, but this is cool right here with that. I mean, that's pretty decent right there, I gotta say. Now again, if you want the best sound, you gotta go to the settings and tweak that. That's pretty much the theme of this TV. You gotta go to the settings and change a lot of this stuff. Go to the sound and go over to sound mode and turn that to amplify, and that's gonna sound way louder. Standard is gonna sound meh. All right, that's decent. But if you put that thing on amplify, it's basically turned on Dolby Atmos. And somebody asked me if there's a rattling sound with the TV. Me personally, I heard, here, let me play this back real quick. Listen closely. I don't know if you hear that, but I don't really know if that's rattling, but you can kind of hear the vibration of the TV. Next up, we got going to talk about the software on this TV, which is Tizen, and actually we'll talk about this too. Well, this is making a good point right here. Tizen has a bunch of features in the software right here. For example, we got Smart Things, which is telling me that there's motion at my back door, even though the rain, so thanks Google. But it's telling me that there's motion back there, and it's giving me this pop-up every time there's motion back there. So things like that, I love that. Like, that's really dope. But just scrolling around, clicking on different things, going over to the menu, like I feel like it's pretty snappy. I ain't really had no issues with this, and this gotta be the fastest Samsung TV ever used. You got all the different animations and things like that. So usually with these Samsung TVs, you don't really get all the animations because with the cheaper TVs, the processor is just straight garbage. So folks complain a lot about Tizen these days because they got like these cheap Samsung TVs where it didn't used to be like this, but Tizen used to run a lot better on these older cheap TVs. Nowadays, Samsung's putting these garbage processors in these TVs where it's gonna lag a lot and you're not gonna get all the animations and things like that, but in a TV like this, you're gonna get all that. So on here, you're really not gonna have any stuttering or anything. You're gonna get your blur effects and things like that. Like, there's no issues with this. Now, you're still gonna have some lag here and there, but it ain't gonna be nowhere near as bad as like my Samsung The Frame, for example, which is like a 32-inch and it lags all over the place. But you got no shortage of apps. You got Samsung Health, Gallery, all that different stuff for the ecosystem, so you're straight on that. And you got this new 2022 UI, which to be honest with y'all, I'm not really feeling because with the older Samsung TVs, you had the bar at the bottom where you actually had your content displaying. Now you just got this. So if you want your content to display, you have to go over here and actually highlight it to actually do that. I'm not feeling that, but at least you got game mode right here. So you can actually pull this up and you got things like Xbox Game Pass. So you can actually stream your games out here. That's pretty cool. But if you're spending this much on the TV, I would hope that you have an actual console too. Next, we gotta talk about that remote. So the remote's nice, clean, minimalistic, but it didn't come with this color because I had to get it replaced because for some reason the remote wasn't working right, so I just got this. But yeah, it's minimalistic, but I can't help but think that's a little too minimalistic. This is function right here. It looks uglier, but at the same time, it's more function to this. On here, it's just style. I don't care about how my remote looks. I care about how it functions. But you do got the knobs right here. It's kind of like my DirecTV remote where you can actually go ahead and lift this up and down to go ahead and control the volume, just like on the Samsung remote. And you can press down on this to mute the TV. You also got the channels you can flip up and down, and then you can hold on to it to get to the guide. And then you got other things here, like you got the voice assistant, which I got it selected to Bixby right now, as you can see. You can actually use Bixby, you can use Google Assistant, and you can use Alexa. But I don't know if you know this, but it's a Bluetooth remote, so you don't have to point it at the TV, but you do have to charge it. So you can see right here at the bottom, it does have a USB-C port, but if you look here at the back, you actually have a solar panel right here. So if you go ahead and point this thing just at your lights, it will charge. Now I put this thing in the sun for like maybe an hour or something like that, and I ain't really see that much charge come out of it, but at the same time, it should be useful so you don't have to charge it as much, so you're still gonna have to charge it. And then you got your regular buttons here at the bottom, which I'm pretty sure Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon pay Samsung to put there. Like I wish I would have a YouTube button, for example. I watch a whole bunch of YouTube, if you didn't notice, and I make YouTube videos. But yeah, I just wish I had more function, because look how we had to get to the guide now. That's a lot of steps just to get to the inputs. Now let's do a demonstration on how to get to the inputs on this remote. Man, that was simple, wasn't it? All right, so that's cool and all, but now we gotta talk about this thing, the One Connect box. The One Connect box is probably one of the best things about this TV, so I don't have to run a bunch of cables up to my TV, including the power cord. All I gotta do is plug in the One Connect box itself, and that's the only thing coming from the TV. Maybe y'all should have seen what it looked like when I had my Vizio TV, because there's a whole bunch of cords coming down that TV. But besides that, let me go tell y'all some of the ports real quick. So we got Ethernet, which I got plugged in. We got optical out, we got a coax. We got an X-Link, 3 USB-As, we got 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, and then we got the actual port itself for the One Connect cable. And then obviously we got the power on the side. So yeah, that's the ports we got in here. That's a whole bunch of ports, more than you might need. And on top of that, this is the One Connect Slim. So it's really not even that big. It's gonna be pretty wide, but it's not that big at all. And if you don't want this here, you can mount it on the TV itself, but I don't know why you would want to do that. So yeah, that's the One Connect Slim. It is plastic, but I gotta say this thing adds so much to the TV experience. So let's go and talk about some of these things that the TV got itself. So you got HDR10+. You don't got Dolby Vision. And I know some people want to see this, so let's go and check out some of the things that the Xbox says that it supports. And overall, I gotta say that the gameplay on here is dope. So I played on here versus my LG TV, and this has a lot more responsiveness on here than the LG TV. And on this, check this out. You got a game bar on this TV. So you can adjust the input lag, you can adjust the game picture mode, you can adjust the screen ratio, mini map zoom, sound output, help guide, all that stuff. You can see the FPS, so you can see I got it on 120 right now, the HDR is off, and I got FreeSync Premium on. Anyway, let's go over here to the settings. We're gonna go to TV and display options under general. We're gonna go over here to 4K TV details. And that's everything that we got. So as you can see here, the TV supports up to 4K UHD at 120 Hz. For playing games, the TV supports up to native 4K at 120 Hz. We got HDR10 for gaming, and like I told y'all, we don't got Dolby Vision. For watching movies and TV, we got 4K 10-bit at 60 Hz, and then we got HDR10 video. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the 4K TV details. Now I will say, if you want to go ahead and get all those options, you do have to turn on the game mode. So if you don't turn it on, you're not gonna get all that. So do I recommend this thing at the price point that it's at? If you're an avid TV user and you play games a lot and you want everything out of your TV, you probably already had your mindset before you even came to this. You just want me to verify it for you. But I gotta say, with the deals going on right now, this thing is a steal for Black Friday or whatever. 1,800 bucks is still a lot of money, but for a TV this high end, I gotta say that is a good deal. You can even trade in a phone if you want to. So you can trade in like an S20, for example, and you can save even more. So if you wanted to, you can go on eBay and pick you up an S20 and then trade it in through Samsung, and boom, just like that. But if y'all got any more questions, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what y'all think about my first TV review, man. Like, I'm getting used to this stuff. I just gotta, you know, get more practice in. But overall, man, I gotta say this is my best TV ever. This is the best TV in the house, and I love this TV so much. It's not about what's the biggest around, it's about what it can offer. You hear me? So I do got to give this thing the Jennings stamp of approval so far. But anyway, y'all, I'm up out of here. So again, hopefully I enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go and give this video a like. And if you really liked it, go and subscribe. But go and follow me on my social media at EddieSaidTech on basically just Twitter right now. I'm still working on my other social media, so hopefully I can get that corrected soon, because y'all know I got hacked and all that stuff. But yeah, man, Samsung really did it again this year. Like, even features like this, you got the multi-view. Things like this, I wanted for I don't know how long now, but we finally got it with a TV like this. Look at that. We got an Xbox on one side, and on the other side, we got YouTube. You can't beat that, bro. I mean, just look at that. You know you want that. I wanted this since like 2013 or however long now. And I gotta say, this ain't a gimmick right here. This is a good feature right here, and you can even go ahead and move these around or put it in the corner or whatever you want to do. So yeah, y'all, I'm up out of here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, Dan.